You know that you are going to be unrecognizable in this season. God is saying that when people look at you and how he presents you off to the world, they're going to have a different perspective of you. They're going to look at you in a different light, in his image. And you didn't give up. And then one day God just said, stop. He told you, take a moment. Look up. Y'all was just too busy. Y'all was in survival mode. He said, stop, look up. Look at where you are. It's no more survival mode. It's living in the moment. Because what you're stepping into is everything that you worked hard for. Everything that you fought so hard for. God had you on the front line, on that battlefield. Some of y'all was like, why I gotta be in the front line? Then I just say everything that you went through, it served you, right? But you being in the front line, you face that evil head on, toe to toe, blow for blow. And it's a lot of people who looking at you. Tell me, listen, I already know. I'm not even gonna take it there. It's you have to understand. However, people was looking at you, you was around a lot of ignorant people, a lot of ignorant, low vibrational people. These people judged you because you were different. They judged you because you looked at things different. They judged you because you're creative, you have gifts, you're talented. What's happening is they stepped too far ahead of you. They stepped too far ahead of you and didn't know that you was going to prosper and grow from the dirt that they threw on you. They didn't understand that that was the very last lesson that you needed to step into your blessing. That was your last lesson that led you to stepping into these new blessings and abundant and endless blessings that God has for you. Baby, these people, like I said, put their mouth on you so bad. And that envy and that jealousy, I feel, intensified once they saw that God came in and rectified your situation. I'm going to say it again. You thought that envy and jealousy was something. It intensified, magnified. It was amplified because God came in and rectified your situation. They didn't want him to do that. They didn't want him to do that. And we're not about to get into why they didn't want it. Do you understand what I'm saying? These people are just cruel. And see, the thing is, they were holding on to you a certain image that they had of you. But God say, I'm going to recreate you in my image. And when I show you off to the world, you're going to be unrecognizable because you're not going to look at people the same no more. Likewise, people ain't going to look at you the same no more. You're moving different. You talking different. You stepping into different. You understand what I'm saying? You stepping into something that's new, that's prosperous, that's growing for you, that's working out for you. And boy, they watching. But it's nothing that they can do because your soul's been anchored in the Lord. Whether they want to accept it, whether they want to believe it, they'll sit on the couch, they'll group up together, they'll talk about it, they'll literally watch you and then laugh at you and talk about you. Ignorance that you was around. And it didn't just come from one group of people. It didn't just happen in one particular setting. That evil was trying to overcome you. But God ain't never left you nor forsake you. And when the time came for him to bless you, that's exactly what he did. He raised you up in the midst of that adversity and an opposition. And he blessed you in front of the very same enemies that despised you, that condemned you, that wronged you, that hurt you, that abused you, that tricked you, scorned you, battered and bruised you. God proved a lot of people wrong. He shut a lot of people up. Don't act like you don't know who blessed you up, who raised you up, who shut your enemies up. The very same enemies who went up against you. The very same enemies that spoke negativity over your life, spoke curses over your life. These people called you lame, but they ain't got no shame because you're the realest in the game. So it ain't no shame in how you move. It ain't no shame in what you talk about. It ain't no shame the way that you live your life today. This is why God shut a lot of people's mouths up. They ain't got nothing to say but to sit back and watch. And they're sitting and they're festering and they're dwelling in that energy and watching you continuously rise. People are just going to be left in their shame and their embarrassment and envy and jealousy if that's something that they want to stay in. But I'm feeling for a lot of you, it's these people just need to heal. You're around a lot of unhealed people and ignorant people. That's what you're realizing. I don't care who it was. I don't care if it was family or it was blood, it was parents, friends, whoever it was. What you're realizing is a lot of these people at once upon a time had a hand. They all played a part in you transitioning. So seeing that you never really had anyone on your side. It's easy for a whole lot of people to come in when you clean yourself up, when God bless you up, and remember everything that these people did to you. You are no longer going to put it in a box and act like it didn't happen, like it didn't exist, like you didn't encounter them. Because that's what kept you in denial and kept you stuck and kept you repeating certain cycles. Cloaking that envy and that jealousy that they have for you. Trying to purposely inflict pain and harm on you. Purposely trying to throw you under the bus so people can laugh at you. It's like it does something for them to see you down. How God was raising you up, and He didn't stop. He was on a roll. He was on a roll. They couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle sitting in the sidelines and seeing the person that they once, literally gathered groups of people. People who didn't even know you. What the example I just told you. They'll bring up something in hopes that this person will look at you like, oh, you went through that, you did that. And I'm feeling there's a lot of people who not only condone, they fed into this behavior. We know that these people were envious and jealous of you. You intuitively know why you went through what you went through. But it's not like you around to sit up here and hear the things that people say about you. But when it's revealed to you, you understand what I'm saying? And once God showed you who these people were, it was like, hey, say less. God sat up here and turned your whole life around before these very people's eyes. They didn't think you was going to grow and prosper from what they did. So that means if they didn't think that you was going to grow and prosper, but they knew that they had a hand in it, what that tell you? They purposely didn't want you to achieve nothing in your life. Around a lot of unhealed, ignorant people, I'm trying to tell you something, and it drained you. Because see, one day you're going to regret what you said about me. One day you're going to sit back and wish that you had some type of footing or grounding or position in my life. One day you're going to sit back and wish that you had a friend like me. Wish you had a chick like me. Wish you had a dude like me. Wish that you could be running it up and living this life with me. And see, it's in that moment that you're going to feel that. Why is it the thing that I want now I can't get? Well, I lied on this person. I purposely sat up here and knew this person was trying to fight for me. But I sat up here and betrayed them and took full advantage of this person. But the one thing that they asked me for, I act like I ain't have it, but I did. That I sat up here and slept with this person behind their back. I laughed at them. Give them the love that I should have given. I was messed up. But they didn't deserve to go through what it is that I took them through. They practiced unnecessary evil towards you, on you, when they didn't have to. He's looking at how people who don't know you is talking about you. Or the ones who thought they knew you talking about you. And you never gave these people a reason. But God is telling you it served you. You are going to be unrecognizable once God presents you to the world. That's the way that it ought and should have been. If it's any apologies, right, that needed to be given, you should have been the one receiving an apology. They know that behind the scenes, what they said, what was done, and how they treated you, what they really felt about you. They'll never admit it. What did I just tell you? For some, it would pain them to do that because for some, these were your parents. For some, it was friends and it was family. It was lovers that you entrusted, that you believed in, that you loved wholeheartedly. It was ex-colleagues, ex-co-workers. Did all that talking, and now they ain't got nothing to say. Now all they got is just envy and jealousy for you. Because they have to watch the person that they counted out be blessed beyond their wildest dreams. Probably needing you. Probably wanting to be back up in your life. Probably looking and doing the comparison at how your life turned around and how their life ended up. I say, spread peace, love, and light no matter where you are, no matter where you go.